Today we'll be looking at the Northrock xc27 hardtail mountain bike from Costco with an aluminum frame, 21 speeds, and a 27.5 wheel set, which comes with Maxxis tires. Is this a good bike for the money? Let's see together in this video. By the way, these parts are not necessary to enjoy this bike. I had extra parts lying around that I had from other bikes, so if you don't upgrade anything and you're a beginner, this bike's still going to be fine. First off, let's start out with the cockpit of the bike. This bike comes with a super long generic stem, which I replaced with a Wake 35mm of reach stem and a 740mm handlebar, and I put on lock-on grips, Hope hydraulic brakes, and Shrim X3 shifters. This bike comes with a straight steer tube, and the fork that I put on it is a 26-inch RockShox Relevation SL, which is air. The fork that comes stock on this bike is an SR Suntour XCT with 80mm of travel, and it has preload adjust, which works okay. The wheels that come stock on this bike are 27.5 inch, and they're double walled, so you don't have to worry about them breaking, and they're paired to Maxxis Icon 27.5 by 2.0 tires, and they're pretty good on road, but I don't know how they do on the mountain because of the side knobs are so small. The brakes that come stock on this bike are Textro mechanical disc brakes, but I replaced them with Hope Tech dual piston calipers, which are probably an overkill for 160mm rotors, but they work really well, and I didn't want them to go to waste since I had them. The frame has a matte finish and it has some decals, but it's not over the top, and this is a medium frame, which is universal, and I'm 5'10" and I fit pretty good on it. Drivetrain wise, this bike has a Shimano 3x7 drivetrain, which has 3 chain rings up front and is riveted, which is kind of unfortunate because you can't use a 1x, and the rear derailleur is a Shimano Altus 7-speed rear derailleur, which I switched with a SRAM X3, and this is the front derailleur, which is a Tourney, which I took off since I don't need it because I have a chain guide, and these are the pedals, which are not that good of quality. The seat post that came original on this bike was a generic 30.9 seat post that I had to replace with a Thompson Elite seat post, which is probably an overkill, but I had to replace it because the maximum insertion on the original seat post was too little, and this one had much more. And I put on the WTB saddle, and I didn't want to mess with the adjustments on the Velo since it was set up so good. And I believe it's a gel saddle, so it's very comfortable. So how does this bike ride on the trails? Well, this bike rides fairly well on the trail with a bunch of chain slap, and I think it'd be worse with the Shimano Altus rear derailleur, but I'll talk more about it and I'll just let you watch this video.
Okay, now we get to the downhill part. Oh, frick. The wheels rubbing on the fork. That's the sound you hear. Oh. I'm just gonna take that out. This little drop off. Oh! This thing is rubbing bad. Bunch of brake bumps on this. Make the apex, which I did not do. That was fun downhill. A little climb to get to the little jumps. These drifts are really uncomfortable, and I'm going to do the rock drop. Woo! This little Oh, I almost ran over that squirrel. Oh, shoot. Oh, that got me scared. Tail whip. Brake bumps. Woo. That was pretty fun.
So, why do I think this is a great beginner's bike? Well, first off, you can do trail riding and road biking comfortably. You can upgrade parts easily since this is a 27.5 frame and has a straight steer tube. The frame is good quality and will last you a long time. And if you leave this bike locked outside to run errands or get food, the bike is not too flashy and won't get people's attention. If you're on the verge of purchasing this bike, also consider that you probably should consider buying new pedals since the OEM ones are cheap and flimsy. And if you're new to biking, you should consider buying chain lube for this bike. That being said, I would definitely recommend this bike. And if you benefited from this video, make sure you like and subscribe.
Okay.
And if you
I'm gonna
did,
go back up and I'll
still
put
like
this,
and subscribe.
switch helmets.
And thanks for watching.
My back is so itchy.